Alright, hey guys, welcome to lesson 6C. So, just like the last two, in fact, I have been recording all three of these lessons at the same time, okay? Now, the reason being is because all three of them connect. Now, this last one, we're doing the same thing as the last two, 6A and 6B, okay? Except we have one extra step. Now it says, for the following equations, substitute x equals 0 and x equals 1 into the equations to find 2 points in order to sketch the line. I look at this and I go, uh-oh, how am I going to do that? How am I going to sketch it? I don't have the form I'm used to seeing, which is 6b, or 6c, or 6a, sorry. I want it to say y equals, or y equals, or y equals, or y equals. Does this say y equals? It does not. So our job, our extra step, is to get it into that form. So what am I going to do? I need to think back to solving equations, where we spent a big chunk of time in class doing so. So I know my goal is to get y equals. Okay. Now I'm going to look at this and identify where my positive y is. It's right there. Okay. Which means anything that's not my y is going to move to the other side. So which means I'm going to move this to the other side, and I'm also going to move this to the other side. Okay, so let's see what happens. So I get my positive y, so I don't need to write a positive sign there, I can just write y equals to 0, the 0 is still there, and then minus 2x, or sorry, so when I move stuff across the equal sign, thinking back to solving equations, what always happens to the sign again? It changes. So in this case, it's a negative 2x, so this would become plus 2x. Okay? And this positive 3 would become a negative 3. Now, I don't like the 0 there, right? But do I really need to write the 0 there? No, not really. Because 0 plus anything, 0 minus anything, anything plus 0, anything minus 0, it doesn't affect it, right? So I'm going to ignore the 0, and this just becomes 2x minus 3. Okay, and then from here, I could do the same thing that I've been doing for the last two lessons. And that's essentially x equals to 0, sub it in. So y equals to 2 times 0 minus 3 equals 2 times 0 is 0, minus 3 equals minus 3. So my point here would be 0 and negative 3. Okay, that's one of my points. And again, the second one, oh man, I don't know why it does that. You know what, I'm not going to redo that one. So x equals to 1, so y would equal to 2 times 1 minus 3, taking the equation from here. So that would equal to 2 times 1 is 2, minus 3 equals to negative 1. So my second point would be 1 and negative 1. And once again, I can draw the sketch, just like the last two times. So 0 and negative 3 would be down here. 1 and negative 1 would be roughly there. 1 and negative 1. And there are my 2 points. And connect them. And I'm done. Okay? The rest are the exact same, except you just have to rearrange them. So in fact, for number 2, let me help you rearrange it. So for number 2, there's something different. There's the fact that I found my y. However, it's a 3y. So I'm going to circle the 3y and leave that the way it is for now, and move everything else that's not associated with my y. So I'm going to move this to the other side. Okay? So what do I get? Well, that means I get 3y is equal to, equal to my 2x is still there. Didn't go anywhere, so the sign does not change, and this becomes, since it's a positive 9, becomes minus 9. Now notice how I have that 3 there. I want a single y. I don't want 3 of them. So I'm going to divide both sides, or everything, by 3. Okay? And then once I do so, what do I get? Well, 3 divided by 3 is just 1. Do I need to write a 1 there? Not really. Equals 2 over 3 x. And then what's 9 divided by 3? Minus 3. And then I would do the same thing, but with this equation now. Same steps, plot the 2 points, sketch the line. Okay? And all these other ones are the exact same. It's your job to first identify the y, then rearrange, and then plot the line. Okay? Alrighty, I'll see you guys during the next lesson.